Get you here at the house. Wanted to touch bases real quick and show you guys a quick and easy setup for a tip up. I know they market a lot of similar items online where it's just basically a set of treble hooks spun off of barrel swivel. A lot of times it's, catered with a spoon, something flashy, something shiny that, pike might see and be attracted to. I don't usually tie that on mine. It's just one more thing to be, tangled in the mess, just extra. Sometimes I buy them with them, sometimes I make my own. This is just a really quick reference on how you can do it yourself at the house with very limited tackle, and honestly, it's really inexpensive to do. A lot of people are going to ask, what line I'm using. A lot of people prefer steel leader. Most pike I've ever caught was just off 25-pound monofilament leader. Super strong, not coming out. Pike does hit it right. I mean, yeah, you run the chance of breaking the line, but I've had pretty good luck, so I'm going to stick with this until I see fit to do something else. But anyway, yeah, so I've got about 8 inches of leader on that from my swivel down to my hooks. What I'm using is a size 2 Eagle Claw treble hook, as you can see that. And again, brands, styles, it's all in what is in your budget and your preference, your taste. A lot of people have grown up in Eagle Claw. A lot of people have, really been a fan of Mustad. What's the other one? Gamakatsu. There's so many different varieties out there. Find what works for you. If you already have something, stick with it. But anyway, to get with what I'm doing here, I'm going to start out with roughly about an 18-inch piece of 25-pound monofilament. And again, it's nothing super expensive, just Bass Pro brand. It was $2 on sale, and it's been lasting me here for the last couple seasons doing this, both on the ice and freshwater. So, and the knot I primarily tie a lot of is polymer knot. If you're familiar with it, awesome. It's a great knot. Use it. If not, super simple to learn, super strong, super reliable. I have yet to have one break on me, and this is, almost 10 years of using this one knot. But it starts out with a double loop. Just feed it through your eyelet. What you're going to do is just tie a knot. Take that loop, you're going to feed your barrel swivel right back through that loop before you cinch down. And then wet the knot. Cinch. Pull on either side of the leader. Super strong. This thing is damn near bulletproof. Like I said, I've yet to have one break in almost 10 years of using this. So, step 1. Step 2, measure out where you want your hook based from your leader. A lot of this is just going to be based on size of bait. I don't believe there's an exact science to it. I just go off of what I've seen prior and what's been working for me. But typically, I try to run my hooks about 8 inches down from my barrel swivel. So as a quick reference, I'll take my time with the first couple, and then I'll have a pre-made set right in front of me, just as a quick reference guide as to, where I grab the line, pinch, roll, and start off with my knot. So kind of take your time on that. Again, polymer knot. Straight to my number 2 treble. In, through. I'll take my loop and I'll feed my hook right back through it. Yep. And again, before I cinch up, I wet the knot. Now, if you're doing this, I suggest a pair of forceps, needle nose. There's even really nice knot tying tools that help you grab onto your hook so you don't bite into yourself. But as tight as my grip is, and as often as I've done this, it doesn't really make me nervous to really give it to it. Again, knot, polymer knot, Super simple. And I like to leave a little tail on the end just so I have something else to cinch up on the back side for my dead end of the line. And again, that thing is just, it's super solid. Come in, you know, you can either use your snips, your clippers. I just use a pocket knife. Short, simple, to the point. And then when I come back in, just off that quick reference, I can get that really close measurement. That way I can have consistency in what my rigs are doing. Again, find the length of where my knot's going to be. Pinch, roll, and repeat. Not doing anything fancy here, it's just the way the knot rolls and kind of moving a little quick. Wet the knot, cinch. Again, when you're tying the polymer knot, give both sides a good solid tug. There's my tail. Clip my tail. There's my rig. There's my setup. Smooth and easy every time. Now as far as to my tip up, in the past I've done, you know, J-clips, quick snaps, things of that nature. I tie it right to the end of my line and I can just make a quick swap out with my rig. But with the tip up, it's generally going to keep the same bait until I get bite, and it's going to stay in the same hole until I decide to leave or move, or until I get that fish. So nothing fancy. Just a frayable, you know, run-of-the-mill plastic tip up. Nothing super special. And I'll do the same thing. Polymer knot. Oh, before I get too far ahead of myself. Depending on what you're using for bait, what depths of water you're trying to set your tip up on, and even your line. You know, sometimes I'll add a 3/32 ounce weight, just to help it get to that point where I can set and be good. That's on. Pull slack. Again, I'll just get my loop, grab the nearest rig to me, and I'll tie another polymer knot through the top of my barrel swivel. This can kind of be tricky if you're not really familiar with how the knot is, or if you're still learning a lot of the techniques and tricks of the rigs. But instead of trying to feed the line through my loop, I went straight for my hooks and pulled backwards from it. But again, just before I cinch, I wet the knot. And wetting that knot, you ensure that you're not burning your line at that knot. Whether it be a monofilament, fluorocarbon, braided line, the friction pulling that knot through and tensioning it will in fact weaken that line. And of course, we all know, weakest link in the chain breaks first, right? Again, super solid, not going anywhere. And then what I'll do is just roll everything up into the spool. As soon as I get it untangled, right? Tucked away, ready to go. Now this is how I have all of my